Hey everyone, DarkDragoon here with episode 6 of my FTB Modpack Let's Play. Just logging in here today. You can see that there's some stuff cooking in here. Did a little bit of stuff off camera late last night, mostly involving doing just some creative building. Nothing mod related, but I'll show you around on some of the stuff I started. You can see over here we've got some kind of scaffolding set up, and I put these stairs in for more easy travel this way. And I started building a bridge so that I can cross this horrific ravine much easier than falling and taking damage constantly. So yeah, I pretty much just did some creative building. I was on late last night and didn't really feel like recording, but I did feel like doing some building, so thought I'd show you guys what I did. So that done, there's a lot of stuff I want to get to today. I definitely want to get back to working on our forestry stuff that we started last time, and I want to hopefully get this whole peat bog set up. There's also something else I want to get set up here, mostly because I've been wanting to do some more stuff with Mistcraft so that I can get my hands on different kinds of resources. Particularly, I was talking just an episode or two ago about needing lots of bricks for expanding my home eventually, and to do that I really wanted to make like a marsh world. Well, the problem is, to do that I need books, and the recipe for books has changed as of late to require leather. So obviously you guys probably have noticed we haven't seen very many cows around here. Well, I did some exploring and I did find where there are some cows, but they're quite a distance away. So what I want to do is set up a way to breed cows automatically. And to do that, we're going to make a feed station. You can see it requires a whole lot of stuff here that looks a little strange. Golden carrots, not too difficult to make, but yeah, we need gold for that. And then we need a steel plate, which is going to require pretty much our steel that we made a while back, just randomly. It's kind of convenient that we had that steel sitting there. So I'm going to go ahead and go downstairs, and I believe I already put the steel in it. Except we're going to need more steel than that, aren't we? Alright, let me go ahead and get because what's in there right now is pretty much just a recipe. It won't actually use that steel, and apparently it's getting on to night, so why don't I sleep through the night, and then I'm going to get some more steel cooking in our blast furnace, and while that's going, we'll go ahead and make the other things we need for our feed station. So probably won't be able to get the feed station set up just now, but hopefully we can sort of shift gears. Yeah, we only have one steel, so we're going to need 8 more. I think that's right. And that needs to go into our blast furnace. Okay, so that's set up. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. I moved some stuff around here, mostly because I discovered that yes, in fact, these steam engines can take water from an adjacent waterproof pipe. So I basically just moved some stuff around. I dug out in the wall a little bit, and yeah, so it's all pretty much set up and it works. So there we go. Okay, so we got our steel. Oh yeah, I was going to go ahead and make these golden carrots. These aren't too difficult to make. You just need a bunch of gold nuggets, and to get those, you just slap it. I mean, that's a vanilla mechanic, so that's no big deal. We're going to need 4 of these. So yeah, a lot of those, and we'll get our golden carrots. Now, because I don't really want to be running around while I'm doing this with all this very valuable stuff in, I'll go ahead and put it away for now while we shift gears. I'll go ahead and put steel ingot downstairs since it's done. We're just basically waiting on the other one to finish. So yeah, go ahead and toss that in there. And we can get that going whenever we have all our steel, which is going to take a little while. If you guys recall, the blast furnace does take some time to work, so take a look at it real quick. Yeah, we only got the one, all that running around. So let me take a second here You know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm wishing that we hadn't slept through the night, because I think to help me get these cows home, it'd be really useful to have a little tool called a portal gun. If you've ever played Portal, it's pretty much that. If you haven't played Portal, well, go play Portal. Um, okay, if you don't want to play Portal, I'll show you what it does when we can get our hands on an Enderpearl. The problem is, obviously, it's easier to find Endermen at night than it is to go down into caves and hope you find them. So, yeah. So let's go over here and take a look at our peat bog and figure out what we need to do here. Unfortunately, I can't automate this the way I want just yet. To do that, I would need red power, and as I've said a couple times, it's not out yet, so we're going to have to basically set up a temporary system, and then later on, once we get red power, we can completely automate this, and it'll be cool. So, I think, let me clip the video here, and I'll be back once I have all the stuff I need to get this thing started. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and I think I have everything I need for everything I want to make. So let's go ahead and get some of this stuff together here. Alright, we're going to need some wooden gears, and we're going to put those around a crafting table to get an auto crafting table. Automatic crafting table. Cool. And then we're going to need to grab ourselves some tin. I think we can do this with tin. I actually cannot remember if you can do this. We're about to find out. We're going to make ourselves some cans. I really need to figure out if this works before I really do anything else. Because I can't remember if you can actually fill cans manually. Okay, you can. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, of course you can, because otherwise the deployer wouldn't work to fill cans in red power. So I'm just going to fill up a bunch of these cans, and apparently accidentally steal the source block. Whoops, I'll help fix that later. Yeah, that's why I accidentally hit that side block. Alright, third time's a charm, hopefully. There we go. Be careful. Okay, so we got ourselves some water cans. Should work. Let's make sure that we didn't just waste our time. So we need to make bog earth, right? Yeah, those will work. Cool. Okay, so we gonna need ourselves a wooden pipe, and we'll need to make ourselves a redstone engine, which we'll need redstone for that, of course. There we go. Cool. Let's go ahead and make... Wait a minute, that's not iron. We need to grab our iron, which we don't have as much of it as I'd like, but that's okay. Grab the cobble. Okay, so get ourselves a piston here as usual. Nothing new there. Really, really wish we had red power right now, because then I'd be able to have things set up to automatically have the recipe in that. I like the project tables from that mod. They are really useful. We're going to need some more sticks than that, because we're going to need 2 gears. Those, like... where did we put the glass? I want to say... Yeah. You can see I've started putting signs up as well to sort of help me organize my thoughts here. So we got redstone engine. Cool. That'll do for now. So we'll head back over here to our farm, and we'll get this thing set up. Now, I think the way we're going to do this is, let me take a second here to think this through. Okay, this should work. Put that there. Put our wooden pipe there. Give ourselves redstone engine there. Let's do a lever instead of a redstone torch. And then we'll put our chest here. Okay, now that should work. We still won't be able to pull that out just yet, but all in due time. So this is pretty simple. Basically, we're just going to put our recipe in the auto crafting table. Okay. And we can put the materials in here. You might be wondering, well, okay, how's it going to get from the chest into there? Well, all we need to do is turn on this redstone engine so it'll try pumping out of the auto crafting table, and you'll see it'll basically automatically suck out what it needs from this chest. So now we have an automated, sort of automated system. Obviously we have to keep the raw materials supplied here in this chest, but that's okay for now. And it should, once we turn it on, it should start setting up our peat bog, and yep, there it goes. Cool, right? So I'm gonna grab another piece of fuel for that, and then I think since it's turning night, we're gonna check on our blast furnace. That's done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pop the steel into the rolling machine downstairs, put away all this stuff, and then we're gonna go Enderman hunting because we really need that Ender Pearl to be able to get our farm, our cow farm set up. So yeah, so why don't we do that? Make sure I'm putting stuff away in the right spot. Okay, and sticks, dirt. I almost just blanked on where we were keeping our redstone. Okay. Just run over here real quick to what is... Oh, it's getting a little backed up. It does that sometimes. Shouldn't be a huge issue because this should be out of... Yeah, it should be out of cans of water. We run out of those pretty quick, and you can see it's still working, still chugging along. But yeah, we want to go ahead and put this fuel in here. Okay, let's go ahead and put... Forgot to put these pipes away. Trying to keep all our mod stuff over there in that iron chest. And down here real quick. Where did our steel go? Did we not pull that out of that blast furnace? I could have sworn we did. It might have been... Yeah? Okay, where do we put it? Okay, I am a little bewildered. Let me figure out what the heck I did with all this. Be right back. Alright, I found it. You guys probably noticed it and were screaming at the screen to, pay attention to what I'm doing. It was in the mod stuff. For some reason I put that in there instead of the transport pipes. So, the important part is we just made ourselves some steel plates. Okay, so I want to go ahead, I can make this real quick. Let's grab our golden carrots. We're also going to need a little bit of wood. 4 pieces to be exact. And it's a pretty easy recipe. A steel plate in the middle, carrots along the side, feed station. So, go ahead and put this out there. And then, like I said, we're going to go Enderman hunting. It's a pretty nice little machine here. Basically, the way it's going to work is we're going to stick it on here. Boop. And we are going to keep it filled with wheat. And pretty much the cows will eat it and they'll breed all on their own. Don't even need us to do it. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So why don't I clip the video here, and I'll come back as soon as we find an Enderman. So I'll be back. Alright, I am back. I've been wandering around for a good couple minutes, but I finally found myself an Enderman. Hopefully I'll be lucky enough not to die horribly. Oh, crud. Ah. Okay, let me get back there. That was not what I meant to do. I gotta get back there quick. Alright, be right back. Okay, so, as you can see, it is bright daytime now. And we did not make it back in time, and we had some issues with creepers blowing up around us. So, and obviously by the time I got back, my Enderman was gone. So, I have a new idea. I am done playing around. Let me meet you guys back at the factory, and I'll show you what I'm about to do. Be right back. Okay, I'm back here at home. You guys are probably thinking, wow, what a noob dying to an Enderman first time he goes out looking for one, but hey, it happens to all of us. I'm actually a little surprised how quickly he killed me, because considering the fact we're on normal, I'm kind of wondering if maybe they made Endermen do more damage, because I don't remember them hitting that hard, but c'est la vie. So, you might be able to guess what I'm doing. I'm going to be making a book. In particular, I want to make a new world. Because there is an option in our world writing that'll help us get Endermen. So you know that there's the end. Well, Mistcraft actually does add the end's biome in it, and it's the sky biome. So we're just going to hit that. We're going to get ourselves a feather from here. I knew we had some. And we're going to make this into a descriptive book. And then we're going to pop it in there. And we're going to make ourselves a sky world. Let's see, we only need one biome. We're going to go with standard lighting, because I want to be able to see what's dark. As far as this is concerned, let's do something really creepy. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have. Not really gonna need any of these, and there's a particular reason why. Because we're gonna make it a void age. That is exactly why. And we're gonna make it eternal night. We're going to make sure there's no weather. And yeah, that should be all we need. Because, oh, heck, we'll make it a charged age just for fun. That won't really change too much for us, but it will be cool. Actually, let's call it that for all of you Chrono Trigger fans. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to need another bit of leather. So I'm going to have to go back out there and get another one. I completely forgot we would need a linking book, but I'll be back when I've got that, so we can get into this world and I can show it to you guys. Okay, we're back. I think I have just about everything I need to get going here. We get ourselves a book stand to take through the portal with us, so that we can throw our book down once we get there. I also want to take some stone with me, just so that once we land in our void age, we'll be able to give ourselves a little bit of a more of a platform to work with. So put those sticks in there. Now I've already moved the red desert off of the book stand up here, so don't panic. I just stuck it here in this chest. So the end of time right there. And we should be good to go. So let's double check, make sure we've got our overworld linking book before we go. And we do. So here we go. And we're falling. Oh, apparently Sky Age also gives us an Ender Dragon. That's... holy crap. Not good. Okay, so that was a disaster, let me just say. Yeah. Needless to say, I was stuck there because I died and my linking book disappeared. So I had to cheat my way back. It was an arduous process of cheating in a new descriptive age, going to it. I of course had to do that before I could put down a writing desk so that I could actually get an age with a guaranteed star fissure. Needless to say, after a bunch of complicated crap, I'm back in the overworld, and that plan, obviously a bust. So, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up and do this the old-fashioned way, and just keep trying to find Enderman. I obviously lost all of my stuff, so I have not yet decided if I'm just going to cheat my stuff back, because I honestly was not expecting there to be an Ender Dragon. I don't know why I wasn't expecting there to be an Ender Dragon, but ultimately Ender Dragon plus Void Age, not a good idea. So yeah. So you know what, just so that so you guys know I'm completely being forward with you guys, I am in fact going to get my stuff back. So, well, we had a drill, and really these are the only two things I really want back, because everything else is pretty much, I can get that back, that and my diamond sword, because I literally just made that. So everything else I will chalk up to payment for my stupid mistake. Needless to say, yeah, now I need to figure out what I'm going to do, because I still need that portal gun. And so yeah, so I guess we're just going to have to wait until night and then go hunting for Enderman again, and this time not die. I'll probably make myself a new suit of armor. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically just wait through the day until it gets night, unless I can figure out something else to do in the meantime. So I'll be back. So I did figure out something I can do in the meantime. See this end of time book? Yeah, we're never making the mistake of going back there again. Yes, you can burn Mistcraft Ages, and it pretty much destroys them. So yeah, that's pretty much our fire pit now. I mean, there is something else I can do that is not near as dangerous as what I just did, and that is just make a world that is eternal night and a standard terrain. At least then that'll help me have a better chance of getting a hold of an Enderman and getting that all worked out. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I think it will be more successful than our last horrible attempt. Point of note, I'll also remember to put a star fissure in there just in case something very, very bad happens. So let me go ahead and get a little more leather together, and we'll try this again, hopefully with more success. I'll be back. So I'm back. I finally found a couple Endermen. I already killed 2 of them. These are going a little bit better now that I'm not being annihilated by things such as creepers left and right. Okay. So yeah, found 2 Enderpearls. That's pretty much what I need. I'm not gonna have to go make that world anyway. I probably will later, so that's not that big a deal. But skeletons. Yeah. So, this has been a stressful episode. I'm getting killed by skeletons. If I get killed again, I'm going to be really kind of annoyed. So, you know, I don't really mind showing you guys my deaths and my stupid mistakes, because hopefully I will learn from them, and hopefully you guys will learn from them. Point of note, the sky biome is definitely just the end, complete with Ender Dragon. So, if you want Ender Dragons, go to the end. If you don't, then don't. These things usually make some sense, right? Okay, so the whole point of us dying horrifically and making stupid mistakes was this. The portal gun, remember? Remember that thing that we were going to do? I remember. So portal gun. We're going to need some obsidian, we're going to need a diamond, which we have, and some iron. Let's grab our diamond. We have our obsidian and our iron. I want to say it was 5 iron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make this. And I believe it was something like... What am I missing? Oh, it was 1 over. There we go. Portal gun. Cool. Now, before we use this, we'll sleep through the night. You can see all the stuff I had to do to get myself back to the overworld. It would have been not fun if I had to end the series there just because of a stupid mistake, right? You guys want to see more, I'm sure. So, I do not know what's going on with the world over there. I'm going to go over there just to try to fix it. Seem to have some kind of world hole. It shouldn't be too bad to fix, it's just a graphical glitch. Just wander over there and it'll right itself, or we'll fall through the world. One of two things will happen. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, portal gun. Here it is. It's cool. You can see how it works. Are you ready? We'll launch a blue portal with a left click. See, it appeared over there. And we'll launch an orange portal with a right click. And whoop, voila. And if you hit R, it'll close both portals. So, the whole reason we made this, right? It had something to do with the fact that I wanted cows. I know, this is a very convoluted plan for ultimately what amounts to, I want some cows. But you know what? Sometimes the best plans are the convoluted ones. So, I'm just going to slap down this here real quick. Might be able to guess what I'm doing. See, now we're going to use the portal gun to be able to get our cows back here instantaneously, because entities such as monsters and animals can also go through. Let's try not to get blown up by a creeper. Can go through the portal. So we're just going to make our way over here, back to where the cows were. They were a little bit of a distance off. Out here, strangely enough, out here in this snow biome, which is actually kind of a cool biome, and there's some oil there. It's not probably a ton of oil, but it's a decent amount. Might just have to come over here and put an oil pump on that at some point here in the future. I don't really like to be using oil for too long. I like to be able to upgrade into biofuel pretty quickly, just because it's a little more sustainable, obviously, not only in reality, but here in the game as well. It's easier to find saplings and plant material than oil spawns. That's pretty much, there's nothing ecological about it. It is purely an issue of ease getting it. Okay. Cow 1 gone. Cow 2 joined him. We're just going to get us a couple of these. We're going to be able to breed them with our feed station and be able to get more that way, but I want to get a decent amount just to sort of start with. That cow apparently wants to go climbing on a tree. Alright, that should be good. Jump through there, and you can see our cows have made it home. Simple process. And now we can knock that off, because we really don't need it anymore. And why don't we go ahead and put some wheat in this so that we can see the cows eat. And that's pretty much the trick to that. think we put our wheat in here in our food bin. Yes. I'll take a couple stacks of that. You can see the cows are very excited at the moment. I put this obsidian plate here, that way the door will close behind me and the cows won't get out, and you'll notice they don't activate the obsidian plate. So, yeah. There we go. Feeds in, you can see they, obviously that one started eating because the hearts are flying up from him. But yeah, a little bit of a cow breeding pen. So now we have as much leather as we need. Okay? And you'll see baby cow already. It's that quick. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll put a little chest out here and start putting my wheat in there, because that's probably what I'm going to be using a fair amount of wheat for. At the very least, it might not be my main storage of wheat, but I'll keep a good amount of wheat in there. So, let's see here. I think what I'll do is I'll completely forget to go ahead and make the chest. Making all sorts of noobish mistakes today, aren't I? Okay, there we go. Get ourselves a chest, put it out there just as sort of a temporary holding chest. Throw our wheat in there, and yeah, we already got ourselves a couple of cows. Already breeding. Cool. Alright, well, let me take a minute to just sort of get my inventory cleared up, and I'll sort of figure out where exactly we're at time-wise, and I'll be back. Okay, yeah, we are just past the 30-minute mark, so I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Hopefully next time I won't be dying horribly on camera, and I'm also hoping next time we'll be able to sort of finish this up, get this done, being put down, and then hopefully get the turbery working and start producing our first bits of peat. And from there, hopefully start moving into generating some buildcraft power. That would be cool. So that's pretty much my plan for next time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me. It's been an interesting episode. And I hope you all stay tuned for episode 7, which is going to be coming up next. So until then, this has been episode 6 of DarkDragoon's Feed the Beast Modpack Let's Play. Catch you guys later.